Shoulder replacement surgery is very similar to hip and knee replacement surgery. Unfortunately, it's less well known even amongst doctors, amongst orthopedic surgeons that don't practice shoulder surgery. But shoulder replacement is an extremely effective treatment for shoulder arthritis. So whereas in the knee and the hip, we're all familiar with friends, family that have had hip replacement and knee replacement for disabling arthritis, there's also shoulder replacement for disabling shoulder arthritis. Of course, we typically try treatments like pain medication, activity modification, physical therapy, injections. All of those we try in order to minimize pain and maximize function. But in some people, the pain just never gets better, and life is affected in such a way that surgery becomes the best option for them. The ball and socket lose the cartilage cushion, and so the pain comes from being bone on bone. So just as we do in a hip or knee replacement, we can replace those bare surfaces with metal and plastic. For example, in the ball at the top of the arm bone, the actual ball can become so diseased that it's no longer helpful and causes pain. So we remove that, and then we place a metal stem and a metal socket that are exactly the same shape and size as the patient's own anatomy. So now we have a metal ball that then can articulate or move onto a plastic socket. So this is a model of a shoulder blade, and the socket of the shoulder joint sits on the end of the shoulder blade, and we just grind down a bit of bone and replace that with a plastic socket. So with the shoulder replacement and a properly functioning rotator cuff, we now have a ball and socket that are shaped and sized the same as the normal bone, and they move without any bone on bone. And that creates near normal mechanics, but more importantly, takes away the pain of bone rubbing on bone. And if the rotator cuff works properly, then we have a shoulder that functions well for everyday activities, for activities of daily living, and even for some sports.